My name?
Yeah.
Edison. Edison.
Edison?
Yes.
Alright, and where are we at right now?
We're at Inkz print shop.
Alright.
So basically what led me into screen printing was the idea of me creating a brand. I thought that by putting together some designs, on t-shirts and hats, that I was gonna basically become a millionaire. But that didn't work out, so my next best step was doing t-shirts for other people, and this is where I'm at now.
10 years?
10 years, yeah.
10 years.
Yeah. So my first brand was called Stack Hard.
Stack Hard.
Stack Hard.
Wow. And
So
how old were you?
I was probably, I'm 35 now, so I was 25.
Wow.
I was 25.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically the idea was based on street and the street culture and things like that, putting money and stuff together on t-shirts. That was really it. So I'm from Queens. Yeah. Elmhurst. So you basically see a lot of people. In what I grew up on was basically seeing people in the streets, people that were trapping. You know what I'm saying? Like making money. They always dressed nice. So you figure if you could put something together, you could get people with the money to spend and buy your brand.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I got the idea to put it together, and
Okay.
yeah. So at that time it was like Echo,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, Fat Farm, things like that during that time.
Okay, those were some of the people that you
Yeah,
looked up to.
yeah.
Okay.
So the way it happened was that I had a friend of mine who wanted to print some t-shirts.
Yeah.
So he asked me to print his shirts, and I printed them. Somebody liked the shirts that he got printed by us, and then they got referred, and it was just all like,
Snowball.
yeah,
Wow.
every word of mouth, To be honest,
Yeah.
no, not really,
Yeah, right, right? Okay.
not really. So I kind of understood why people didn't go for it, but it took me years to perfect that. Yeah, it took me years.
Okay.
At the beginning, I didn't know what was a good t-shirt and a bad t-shirt.
Yeah.
So I don't know the quality of ink, what type of ink was better than others.
Exactly.
So with trial and error, I basically got to experiment, and I know now what's good and what's not good. Nah, there's no secret. It just really depends on the type of feel that you're going for. Because if you use Plastisol ink, it leaves like a rough feel to the shirt. If you use water-based, it goes into the shirt, so you don't feel it.
Yeah.
It's discharge ink, which also bleaches the shirt. There's a lot of different. There's puff ink. So puff ink is basically, it raises the ink on the shirt. Whatever design you put, it raises it. So what I try to take care of mostly is like the customer relation. Like I try to reach out to customers, see about their orders, see what else is new that we can help them with. If we have an idea for their brand, we let them know this is what we think you should do. And basically that's really it. And I just foresee everything here. Yeah, so I give them basically ideas. Like I consult them into what they should do for their brand. It's not really like a collab where it's like an Inkz with that brand, It's more like just like, hey, I think this will work if you create these pins, this collection for this, and then they get the idea. So I help them get that made.
That's awesome.
All right, so for the crazy design, I want to say I did a job that was about 8 colors. So it's difficult because you have to register every single color, right? We have registration marks, but every time you put it on a t-shirt, you got to make sure that it's all aligned, because a little bit just by a hair would show white or whatever the color is missing from it. So that's a little bit hard. And that's just on the press. Off the press is the digital work that you have to create. And that's basically going on Photoshop and then separating the colors into each layer, and then it's time consuming.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So you have 8 colors you got to do. You align them. You have to flash every single color so that way each color is dry when you lay the next one on top, and then you align it.
The design is
the job.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So the design was a lot. It was a lot of colors. It was probably like 13 colors, but we had to minimize it down to 8 to be able to do it here. We did that, and we had no problem. It wasn't a lot of shirts, but it was the first time getting involved into doing something like that. It was half tones and stuff,
Yeah.
And then a crazy job that we had It was one last year that we had to do about 15,000 shirts. And it was 3 colors in the front, 3 colors in the back, and 1 color in the sleeve. That job, I want to say, we spent working 4 days straight, night and day. Maybe slept 3 hours. That was it. Yeah, it is. You feel great that you accomplished something that big in such a little amount of time. Not so much as a young person. It's more now that I'm in the business. If things break down, I figure it out. So there's been plenty of times where, you know, the machine behind me or something else breaks down and it's electrical work and I got to get involved in trying to figure it out. And it works, and you know, I'm half owner. Yeah. Inkz print shop. Yeah. We are in Brooklyn, Bushwick. Inkz print shop. Yeah. I kind of got into this, I would say, like by accident. It wasn't something that I was looking forward to. Like this is not even on my list of things to do.
Wow.
You know, it was never to do production. So I mean, now I love it. You know, yeah. Now I love it. I can be in here all day long. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to print a tag, the size tag on the shirt.
Okay.
So for this order, the customer wanted to print a detailed design on a shirt. So we ended up doing was we printed this DTG, which is direct to garment. So you get a full color image with details, you know, on any garment that you want. And this is the front of his shirt. And now I gotta basically just print the tag of the size. Yeah, we'll brand it out for you. So, you know, you get the shirt that you want. Like this is a premium quality. So we'll just remove this tag and put their tag. Anything you could think of, yeah. Inkz Print Shop, Edison, the owner of Inkz Print Shop.